Good afternoon, Mr. Young.
Good afternoon. How are you?
I'm fine. How are you?
I'm good, thanks.
All right, we sound okay?
Yeah, sounds good.
All right, sounds good. We'll be starting in about 7 minutes. Thank you.
You're welcome.
If everybody can come on up. For less than a minute, we'll go ahead and get started. Okay, Mr. Young, could you start the recording, please? Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. We are convening and broadcasting this public meeting by video conferencing. My name is Anthony Hood, and I'm joined by Vice Chair Miller and Commissioner Wright. We're also joined by the Office of Zoning staff, Ms. Sharon Shelton and Mr. Paul Young, as well as the Office of Zoning and Legal Division, our counsel, Mr. Jacob Ridding and Mr. Brian Lampert. I will ask all others to introduce themselves at the appropriate time. Copies of today's meeting agenda are available on the Office of Zoning's website. Please be advised that this proceeding is being recorded by a court reporter, is also webcast live via WebEx and YouTube Live. The video will be available on the Office of Zoning's website after the meeting. Accordingly, all those listening on WebEx or by phone will be muted during the meeting. For hearing action items, the only documents before us this evening are the application, the ANC set-down report, and the Office of Planning report. All other documents in the record will be reviewed at the time of the hearing. We do not take any public testimony in our meetings unless the commission requests someone to speak. If you experience difficulty accessing WebEx or if your phone calling, then please call our OZ hotline number 202-727-0789 for WebEx login or call-in instructions. Before I go to the staff for any preliminary matters, I have a few preliminary matters, and I'm going to ask everyone to indulge us while we take care of these few preliminary matters. So I think we have to give honor where honor is due. The first, I want to wish Vice Chair Miller a happy birthday. Today is his birthday, and we want to wish him a happy birthday, and hopefully we'll be out here in some time of fashion that maybe you can go out and enjoy it. So again, happy birthday. And I always remember that because today is also my daughter's birthday, my oldest daughter's birthday. So that helps me remember your birthday. But anyway, happy birthday to you, Rob. Many more. The next thing I want to talk about is different leaders meet jurisdictional across in the DMV, Montgomery County, Prince George's County, Fairfax, City of Fairfax, Arlington, and whoever, Prince George's. And I was honored to go, and this meeting was our third meeting. Thanks to Sharon Shelton and the Office of Zoning, we hosted the second meeting. This was our third one. And when I got there, the first topic for discussion was the Design Excellence Award categories, the Gwen Marcus Wright Design Excellence Award for exceptional urban design, architecture, and/or landscape design. Hopefully I got all that right. And I want to commend, we're honored to have someone who has an award named after him, and also with some of the attributes in which we deal with daily. So when I say that the Zoning Commission comes very well stocked, it comes very well stocked. So again, congratulations, Commissioner Wright. What a duly honor, and I can tell you it was talked about for the first 5 to 6 minutes in our session. So congratulations to you. The next thing that I would like to do is to talk about a young lady who I think is going to be leaving us. She has definitely left a mark on this city that's going to impact a lot of us for years to come. And that is Ms. Jennifer Steingasser. Ms. Jennifer Steingasser is going to be retiring from this and moving on to the next chapter of her life. We want to wish her and her family the best as she continues to move on. But I will say this about Jennifer. One thing I've always known, I've worked with Jennifer for years. And as I thought about her retirement, which made me appreciate her, because one thing, whenever I've asked her for something, I don't care how ridiculous it was, and sometimes it sounded ridiculous to me, and she probably thought, what is he really asking for? And I'm sure I'm just gonna say me. And she never said she couldn't do it. She always found a way to go out and try to find to do it. And after I asked for it sometime, I would say, I wonder if she understood it, because I would, after we get off the session, I say, I really understand what I asked for, but she'll figure it out. And she always comes back with an answer. And this city will be better served, and has been better served, because Jennifer Steingasser has made the contributions to our planning program here in the city, and has done a whole lot of legwork to some of the ways that we're living and benefiting here in the city. Any way we can bring her up. And then I'm gonna ask my other colleagues. I hopefully she heard that, but I'm gonna repeat some of this again on the 30th. But this was our last meeting that she's gonna be at, I believe, unless she just wants to watch us in November. So, Ms. Steingasser, hopefully you heard my comments. They were heartfelt. You have really done a lot for this city, and I can tell you.
Thank you.
And even those who may have disagreed with us and you and I disagree with you, we're going to miss that. I can guarantee you, because I've been thinking about it since I've heard the announcement. I can tell you, you have definitely set the pattern in this city that we're going to benefit from for years to come. So let me see if my other colleagues have something to say. I'll start with Vice Chair Miller.
Well, thank you, Mr. Chairman. I appreciate the opportunity to honor Jennifer Steingasser on her many decades of service to the District of Columbia and our fellow constituents and residents. I've enjoyed working with you, Jennifer, for decades, whether I was at the counter, whether we were at NCPC together, whether we were both in the executive branch when I was there for a brief time period. And now at the Zoning Commission. You've always been accessible, as the chairman said, and responsive and patient with any questions that we have had, or sometimes concerns we've had, the community has had. You always are responsive, and we appreciate all of your work. As Deputy Director, is that the right, of the Office of Planning Development Review Division for all these years. The results of all of your good work are evident all around the city, and hopefully they will continue. That's a good part of your legacy. So we appreciate. We will miss you. We wish you good luck in your future endeavors in your life. So thank you.
Well, thank you very much. I appreciate that.
Gwen, did you have something you want to add?
Yeah, I would like to just add, although I haven't worked with Jennifer for very long, I really have enormous empathy because I have sat in her role in 2 different jurisdictions, and I know what a hard job it is. I know the struggles of, balancing so many different expectations and goals, and that it is an extremely, extremely challenging job, which clearly she has been doing an outstanding job on for many, many years. One of the things I will tell you that I have enjoyed, having retired from that side of the table, is being able to drive around and see projects that I know look the way they look and have ended up the way they've ended up because of work that I did. And I hope you have that same pleasure as you, in your retirement, drive around and look at beautiful buildings and beautiful places, and remember that you were instrumental in making those happen. And that is the greatest sort of reward for a public servant, to be able to say, I made an impact. And I think that you clearly have. So congratulations on your retirement, and thank you for your many years of service.
Well, thank you. I appreciate the kind words. I really do. Working with y'all has been a real adventure for the last 25 years. We've been through a lot. A lot of administrations, a lot of cycles, development cycles.
Jennifer, before you say too much, I want you to go last. I want to get a staff a chance.
Oh, gosh. Okay.
Shellen and also Mr. Redding. I'm not going to ask you, Mr. Lampert. I know you heartfelt, but you haven't been there that long. So I'm going to ask Mr. Redding to speak on behalf of our legal division, and I'm going to ask Ms. Shellen to speak on behalf of our director in the office.
Oh, I just wanted to say, it's been such an honor to work with you, Jennifer. Not only are you tremendously effective, but you've been so collegial and fun to work with. It's been a real pleasure. So thank you, and I hope you enjoy your retirement.
Thank you.
And Michelle, could you say something on behalf of the office or
Ye-
yourself?
Yes, sir. So, so on behalf of DCOZ, it definitely has been an absolute pleasure working with you. You have the relationship that was formed when you came, and I know when I came at that time, we worked together, OP and OZ, to form a better working relationship, an interagency relationship, and a lot of that happened because of you, and that really showed a lot of improvement in zoning getting OP reports for every case, because when I first came, and I know the chairman remembers those days, we didn't always get reports for every case. So I'm feeling the loss already, and all the years I've had the privilege of talking to you, not only from a work standpoint, but also from a friendly standpoint. Come to know you and your family, and just, animals and everything else that we get to talk about. So on a side note, so I'm going to miss you tremendously, and I wish you lots of luck in what you get to do, traveling back and forth to Texas or wherever. So enjoy.
Well, thank you.
So Jennifer, we will do this again. I know you say, why don't he be quiet so I can say something? But I'm going to do something smaller, a different version on the 30th. I was trying to figure it out, but I know we usually do this at our meetings again. We thank you. And I'm going to say something again on the 30th. So, but I think we've covered everybody. So I'm going to now let you say a few words.
Okay, I just want to thank everybody for the kind words, because I feel the same way, that a partnership was formed between our agencies and between the commission and the staff, and our ability to work together, stemmed a lot from trust and just collegial goodwill, moving in the same direction. So I appreciate it, and I don't know what else to say. Thank you very much for those kind words.
Okay. Thank you again, Jennifer. We appreciate all your hard work, and enjoy the next chapter. And we'll probably do a little small smidget on the 30th. So
Okay,
we'll
I'll be a little bit more focused then. Thank you.
That's good. Okay. All right. I do want to say this, and I'm gonna turn it over to Ms. Shellen for as we get ready for preliminary matters. The zoning commission, we voted to have a closed meeting on October the 20th, to have it today. And this is just a reminder, as I've been asked to do, that we have had our closed meeting today to receive legal advice from our counsel regarding the cases that were noted on our agenda for today's meeting. And that's what our closed meeting was about. And I'm announcing it as I've been informed that's what I should do. So with that, let's have any preliminary matters. Michelle?
No other preliminary matters.
Okay, let's move right into the agenda, colleagues. Let me close up these files. And if I messed up with the sentiments to give to Ms. Steingasser, just let Ms. Shellen know between now and the 30th, and I will make up for it on the 30th.
Other than Chairman Hood, I know that it has nothing to do with the cases on the agenda. If I could just make an announcement for those that are listening and may be interested in Zoning Commission case number 25-12, which is, I know you're going to announce it being one of the cases for next week. That case has now been broken into 6 hearings, including next week. Those are have been posted in the case record. So if you want to take a look, and it's been posted that you can contact Ella Ackerman to sign up for one or all of those nights. Thank you.
Thank you, Michelle. And as we got closer, we started focusing on it, and not just a lot on the public, it's also a lot on us. We want to make sure that we do our due diligence and make the best decision possible. That's why we had to break it up and not put all that on ourselves at one time. And right now it's just three of us. So with that,
And just for the public's sake, that's the omnibus text amendments that have been proposed by the Office of Planning in many subject areas. So that's what the case is about. And we've had requests to break it up into hearings, and we're being responsive to that request.
yeah, and I thought about it, Vice Chair. Yeah, I'm being responsive to that request. I'm also being responsive to us, and I think Commissioner Wright mentioned it early on, but it didn't register to me then until I started looking at it. I said, wait a minute, hold up. So anyway, we're well on our way, and Vice Chair is right. It's the omnibus bill. So okay, all right. So Michelle, you said you didn't have any other preliminary matters.
That's correct.
Okay. All right, let's go to advanced party status. Zoning Commission case number 23-08A. Wesley Theological Seminary of the United Methodist Church for the processing of campus plan. Ms. Sheldon.
Yes, sir. This is a request from Neighbors for a Livable Community and Spring Valley Wesley Heights Citizens Association. They are asking for party status in advance in opposition. They are being represented by Dennis Paul, and he is, I'm trying to see, he may be called in because he had an emergency with his wife being ill. But if not, Mr. Smith, who is a member of the board, is on, and so I think that they're covered. It's up to the commission, of course, to make that decision whether they're covered or not about having a representative here. I'm going to check and see if the call-in user is
So
Mr.
it's no need.
Okay. Okay.
Let's go ahead and do that. Even if
Thank you.
Even if nobody was not here because of the emergency situation,
Yes, sir.
We will waive that rule. Mr. Paul will. I don't have any objections to Mr. Paul being his party, the Neighbors for a Livable Community, Spring Valley Wesley Heights Citizens Association, being a party in opposition in this particular case. And I don't think we've got anything asking for in opposition of that as well. All right, so let me hear from my colleagues. Any objections?
No objections. They've been a party throughout all of the related cases, and others have been too, and we may get later requests from others.
Yeah, I agree. No objection at all.
Okay, so Dennis Paul his group, the Neighbors for a Livable Community / Spring Valley Wesley Heights Citizens Association, will be one party, and I appreciate them forming together. I did notice that, so yes, we appreciate that. So okay, we will do that by general consensus, Michelle. Anything else on that?
Nothing for that one.
Okay, let's move right along with our agenda. Let's keep it moving. Let's go to final action. Zoning Commission case number 24-15, 901 Monroe Street LLC, Consolidated PUD, First Stage PUD, map amendment at Square 3829, Lot 23. Michelle.
Yes, sir. So after the commission took proposed action, the commission asked for some additional documents. And so at exhibit, before that, we have exhibit 143 NCPC advising that the staff determined that the project was exempt from NCPC's review. And so then the additional responses from the applicant, we have exhibits 144 through, it looks like exhibits 144A4. And those are post-hearing submissions. And then the party, the 200 footers, responded at exhibit 146. And I believe that's also their, they responded early to the conditions and proffers because their representative was going out of the country. And then exhibits 145, 145A, and 141, I'm sorry, were the applicant's proffers and conditions. And then again, the 200 footers responded at 142 and 146. And I believe that is it for this case to turn it over enough. Yeah, that's all I have for it. So it is ready for you guys to consider whether you want to proceed with final action. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, Michelle. I know that we did a lot of work, a lot of tussle and a lot of pullback and going back and forth in our deliberations on the proposed action. And on September 11, 2025, the commission took proposed action to approve the application under proposed. But before doing so, some of the things we looked at, the PUD-related map amendment to the MU5B zone, the general sense of the PUD balancing tests favored approval, in which we did. The commission, we did not believe that the architecture was superior or that the architecture of the project qualified as a public benefit. The commission had some questions about whether the proposed building has sufficient articulation. And the commission also requested more information about the proposed street trees and whether it was possible to plant trees of a larger caliper size. Accordingly, the commission asked the applicant to provide additional information about the Monroe Street articulation of the building and also more information about whether the applicant could plant larger size caliper trees. They did so in those submissions, Exhibit 144, 144A, 144A1, 144A2, 144A3, 144A4, and 146. And then, as Michelle has already mentioned, we had the NCPC report, which the project was exempt from NCPC review. Let me open up my colleagues and see if you have any issues and also responses maybe to what the 200 footers raised. Some of the things that they raised and questions and any comments without me going through all of them, because I know we hashed a lot of it. And I know that some of the things that the 200 footers raised to me were still some of the same things they raised, which we've already addressed. But let me see, Commissioner Wright.
I have expressed throughout the course of this project that I felt that there could have been other design solutions that would have been more sympathetic to the neighborhood. But we have gotten some refinements, particularly the stepping back near the 10th Street townhouses, and I think that is beneficial. It is, I still hold to my position that one of the PUD suggestions of superior architecture really hasn't been met, but you can still approve a PUD even if it's not superior architecture. And I have been swayed by the level of support from other people in the community, particularly the ANCs. And we are directed to give great weight to the positions of the ANCs and to their comments. So, I am prepared to support this project. I do think one of the comments made by the 200 footers that in the applicant's proffer statement, they talk about the project including significant setbacks along all sides of the building. I do agree with them that the word significant should be removed. There are setbacks, but I really would not call them significant. But I don't really agree with some of the other comments that the 200 footers made about the proffers. I think they would change and be a pretty big second bite of the apple on some of these proffers. And they are proffers that have been talked about and supported by the District Department of Transportation. So I think the other proffers are probably fine, acceptable. I think we are ready to, move forward with the project. Again, I have a lot of mixed feelings, but I think that the additional housing is important. And I think, again, I am very swayed by the positions of the two ANCs who have provided testimony. And, you know, and I am giving their testimony great weight in moving forward with this project. So those are my thoughts.
Okay, thank you, Commissioner Wright. Vice Chair Miller, any thoughts?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I fully concur with all of the comments that Commissioner Wright has made just now about moving forward and the responses and the sufficiency, maybe not the superior sufficiency, but sufficiency of the public benefits to outweigh any adverse impacts or inconsistencies with the comprehensive plan. I think we had a long discussion with all persons and parties at the hearing and maybe at proposed action amongst ourselves about the consistency with the comprehensive, the not inconsistency with the comprehensive plan. That's the standard of this PUD and MU5B map related amendment, and that the PUD balancing test favored approval, as you said, Mr. Chairman, mainly because of public benefits in the areas of housing, affordable housing, family-sized units, and the utility undergrounding on Monroe Street. And I think I had a discussion with the applicant about, you know, the 200 footers would have asked, they thought that it's all the underground, all the utilities and surrounding the properties, particularly on 10th Street, should also be underground. I think I had a question and answer with the applicant at the hearing about that. I would have preferred that as well. But it is $1 million commitment on Monroe Street, and that's where the property is fronting. So I'm prepared to move forward, Mr. Chairman. This site has been long vacant. The community, there was a lot of support in the community despite the 10th Street neighbors' opposition, which is just understandable. The ANC support that Commissioner Wright mentioned, Office of Planning support, which we also give great weight to. There needs to be some revitalization here of this long vacant site that is so close to the metro and part of the community, to make it part of the community. So I'm prepared to move forward, Mr. Chairman, with final action tonight.
Thank you. I would agree with both of my colleagues, especially Commissioner Wright and Vice Chair Miller, especially when you start talking about superior and significant. Those are words that really trouble me because that's a heavy lift. And anytime you use those kind of words. So I would agree with everything that's been said. And I'm hoping that the order reflects the comments about taking significant or whatever the word was, I think it was significant. Let's make sure we take that out of there. Anything superior, let's make sure we take that out of there. Those kind of words really give me the angst because you got to go an extra mile. You know, it's almost like getting extra credit when you do a test, and I don't think that's been made. I haven't seen that maybe once or twice. But anyway, I would agree with both the comments. I would also want to say that when we were doing this case, and we have really fleshed this case out. I mean, even previously, we have really fleshed this whole site out. And I would agree, hopefully this will happen on this vacant site. But I appreciate both the ANCs, particularly Commissioner Rahameen, his cross-examination and his questions of asking, and how he showed a lot of collaboration. Of how, to me, he showed, and as the way I received it, there was a lot of collaboration and working with everyone in the neighborhood. Whether you agreed or not, everybody's point was valued, everyone's position was valued, and they came to a win-win when they gave us their approval, and they had stipulations of what they wanted to see, and I believe they worked that out. So that was very well done by both ANCs, as already been mentioned by Commissioner Wright. So with that, would someone like to make a motion to approve? Obviously, it sounds like just three of us, it sounds they're going to approve. And I can tell you that we do miss our two other colleagues. I can tell you, I do miss the two others. I'm glad to have these two, but I do miss our two other colleagues, and I'm sure we all do. All right, somebody like to make a motion?
I know, Commissioner Miller, would you like to make the motion? Would you like me to? I'm glad to.
Yeah, you can go ahead.
Okay, so I move that we approve zoning commission case number 24-15, 901 Monroe Street LLC, consolidated PUD, first stage PUD, map amendment at square 3829, lot 23, with the changes mentioned, including deletion of the word significant under the discussion of the setback buffer. But that's my motion to move forward with approval.
Okay, I'll second that motion. It's been moved and probably second. Any further discussion? Not hearing Ms. Shelley, would you do a roll call vote, please?
Commissioner Wright,
Yes.
Commissioner Hood,
Yes.
Commissioner Miller.
Yes.
The vote is 3-0 to 2 to approve final action in zoning commission case number 24-15. The -2 being Commissioners Stidham and Imamura, not present, not voting. Thank you.
Okay, the next case is zoning commission case number 25-01, Ward Memorial AME Church, map amendment at square 5088, lots 147, 852, and square 5987, lot 74. Ms. Shelley.
Okay, let me get down to this one. Okay, so this is 2501, and this one had a hearing on September 15th, and the new exhibits at Exhibit 29, NCPC was sent the referral and for a 30-day comment period. The applicant provided post-hearing submission with a draft order, their draft order rather, at Exhibit 30, and NCPC provided their response at Exhibit 31, stating that this proposal falls under one of the NCPC exceptions in their guidelines, and so the
Ms. Shelley, you disappeared. Technology is something. Let's give her a minute to come back.
It's great when it works until it doesn't.
Until it doesn't. Well, okay, she also mentioned, let me just go ahead and keep it moving. She said NCPC staff filed a letter stating that the proposal falls under an exception of the NCPC's guidelines and exempt from NCPC review. One of the things that we did notice, colleagues, is as we went through this, IZ Plus was not recommended, and we agreed that it should not apply because of the considerable amount of dedicated affordable housing in the planning area. That's been a policy that Office of Planning has always presented to us, and we have basically accepted it. So with that, I think this was pretty straightforward. I don't necessarily have a whole lot of comments, but let me see if my colleagues do. Commissioner Wright.
I don't really have any comments. I think this is a very appropriate rezoning, and I know there was community support for it. I also hope that it can, I know there isn't a project sort of pending at this moment to use this new zoning, but I hope that the church can work successfully to actually get a good project moving forward under this new zoning. And I certainly do support the application.
Okay, thank you. Vice Chair Miller.
Yes, I agree with Commissioner Wright and support the moving forward with final action. The map amendment will facilitate more housing, more affordable housing, and allow the church to continue its mission in the city.
All right, I don't have anything to add. I appreciate and I agree with both of my colleagues and I appreciate all the work that was done by the community in this as well. All right, so Ms. Shelling's internet is cut out. She mentioned to me, so I'm going to do my best. I'm going to make a motion. Let me see, motion made by Hood. I'm going to make a motion that we approve zoning commission case number 25-01, War Memorial AME Church map amendment is square 5088 lots 147 and 852 and square 5987 lot 74. Is there a second?
Second.
Okay, give me 1 second. No. Any further discussion? Not hearing any. Anthony, could you do a roll call vote? Anthony Hood, yes. Vice Chair Miller,
Yes.
Commissioner Wright,
Yes.
okay. The vote is 3-0 to 2, and the motion passes. Second.
Great job, Secretary Hood.
Hope I recorded it right, but anyway. All right, so let's keep moving. I'm sure she'll join us if she can. And I hope, Mr. Redding, you're taking notes too as well to help me. All right, let's go. A time extension. Anthony Hood. This time extensions, Anthony Hood. Okay, so this is case zoning commission case number 15-20E, TVSC Master Owner 1 LLC 1-year time extension of a second stage PUD in square 620 lot 254. This is a time extension request for a 1-year extension of a second stage PUD approved by the North Parcel and Zoning Commission case order number 15-20D to file a building permit application by November 10th, 2026. This is before us. Do we have any discussions, any issues? Let me ask Commissioner Wright.
No, I think we all understand that given the economic climate we're in, that projects are needing a little more time, and I have no problem with the 1-year time extension.
Okay, thank you. Vice Chair Miller.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I agree that good cause has been shown for the requested time extension for this Sursum Corda project, which a lot of stuff has already been done there.
Okay, I would also agree. Everyone has had time to opine, so I would agree. I think this is ready for approval. And with that, somebody make a motion to approve the extension as requested.
I'll make a motion, Mr. Chairman, that the zoning commission approve the time extension for zoning commission case number 15-20E, TBSC Master Owner 1 LLC 1-year time extension of a second stage PUD at square 620 lot 254, and ask for a second.
Second.
Okay, it's been moved and properly second. Any further discussion? Not hearing. Michelle, are you back with us?
I am back. Which case were you on?
I'm on 50. I'll give you the recording of the other one, but we're on 15-20E. It's been moved and properly second.
Okay.
Moved by Vice Chair Miller and seconded by Commissioner Wright.
Got
Michelle, could you do a roll call vote, please?
Yes. Commissioner Miller,
Yes.
Commissioner Wright,
Yes.
Commissioner Hood.
Yes.
The vote is 3-0 to 2 to approve final action. Or are we on set down? I'm sorry, I lost everything.
This
Okay.
is the extension request.
Extension request.
Time extension.
Time
I'm
extension.
sorry, to approve the time extension as requested. Commissioner Miller moving, Commissioner Wright seconding. The -2 being Commissioner Imamura and Stidham not present, not voting. I think
Okay.
we're trying to get a storm down here.
Gotcha. So Michelle, right quick, let me give you the one that we did, your assistant took over. Zoning Commission case number 25-01, the Ward Memorial Church AME. The motion was made by Hood, seconded by Vice Chair Miller, and it was approved by all three of us, including Commissioner Wright. So the vote was 3-0-2. Okay. All right, so we got the votes out the way. I think we're good for now. All right, well, no, we're not. All right, let's go to hearing action. Zoning Commission case number 78-17A, Judiciary Plaza LLC PUD modification with hearing at square 489 and lot 21. Ms. Myers, go right ahead, Ms. Myers.
Commissioners. The Office of Planning recommends the Zoning Commission set down this PUD modification request by Judiciary Plaza LLC at 450 Fifth Street Northwest. This PUD would remain under its MU8B zone. The property is in Central Washington at the intersection of the Penn Quarter, Chinatown, Judiciary Square, and East End neighborhoods. It is also approximately 0.25 miles from the National Mall, National Gallery of Art, and the National Archives. In 1978, the subject property was approved for an office building with a ground floor retail. So the original PUD was approved in the 78. Next slide, please. This PUD proposes to adaptively reuse an office building by converting it into a residential building. The applicant worked closely with the Commission of Fine Arts and the Historic Preservation Review Board and staff on the new design. The project would preserve much of the existing massing, but still remove portions of the massing along the Fifth Street frontage. Sunken courtyards would be created to allow for the additional light and air that is needed for a residential building. The new building would have approximately 500 residential units, and 8% of the residential gross floor area would be set aside for households at the 60% MFI as IZ units. It also includes tree and landscape improvements. The project includes flexibility requests for open court width and building height. Next slide, please. On balance, this PUD would not be inconsistent with the comprehensive plan maps. On the future land use map, the site is designated for high density commercial. High-rise residential buildings are expected to be interspersed in areas with this designation. Adding residents to the central employment district would allow them the opportunity to live near their employment. On the generalized policy map, it is within the Central Washington area. Next slide, please. When evaluated through a racial equity lens, the proposal would also not be inconsistent with this comprehensive plan. The Central Washington plan area has a high-income majority white population. Through the provision of approximately 500 units with IZ affordable units, this proposal could provide opportunities for more non-white residents to live in an employment district area that is well served by public transit and within walking distance of various neighborhood services and amenities. And with that, I will conclude the OP presentation, but of course I'm here for questions. Thank you.
Hey, thank you, Ms. Myers. We appreciate your report. Let's see if we have any questions or comments. Commissioner, let me go to Vice Chair Miller.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. And thank you, Crystal Myers, for the office planning report and bringing forth this case. The conversion of downtown office to housing is challenging, but so necessary in the economic climate that we have been experiencing and probably will be experiencing for some time, as articulated not only in existing comprehensive plan and policies, but in more recent priorities and policies for downtown revitalization, continuing downtown activization envisioned by the mayor and by the city at large. So I think this is appropriate for a set down. We can discuss the at the public hearing a number of things. I'm glad the applicant I think revised in this case the affordable housing requirement from the original median family income was asking for flexibility, but all the 8%, the minimum 8%, will be at 60% MFI, which is meeting the minimum requirements if it's all rental. Is it, do we know whether it's envisioned to be all rental? If it was, if some of it was going to be condominium, I assume that's not the case, but it could be 80%. But do we know yet? Or maybe we can just have more information on that subject at the hearing, and whether that affordable housing commitment, which is commendable, is just meeting the minimum requirement of our zoning regulations for inclusionary zoning. So it's not considered a public benefit under the PUD evaluation. If the applicant wants to enhance that, we could then consider it as a public benefit. But I think we just need clarity that is where they are, or where they will continue to be. I think that your report stated that the application does not discuss how the project will comply with the penthouse IZ set aside, and I think we just need more at the hearing, more explanation about that issue, and for more information from the applicant, which I think you're requesting, about the penthouse set aside for households at the 50% MFI level, which is a deeper affordable level, which is also the minimum required for penthouse space. So, and we should see the plans that show the location and size of all the IC units at the hearing, or before the hearing. So with that, I'm prepared to set this down, Mr. Chairman, and appreciate this project coming forward.
Okay, thank you. Commissioner Wright?
I agree with Vice Chair Miller. I am excited to see a large office building that is, perhaps underutilized, being converted to housing. I think the Judiciary Square area is a place that would benefit from housing mixed in with all of the offices that exist in that area, to give the area a little bit more of a, 24-hour kind of presence. It's pretty quiet there after 5 o'clock, and I think having a large residential presence would be fantastic. So I think all of that is definitely a positive. I know that we haven't heard a whole lot about the community outreach, and we haven't heard from the ANC. So I would ask, I'm definitely in favor of setting this down. I would ask before the hearing that the applicant make a very concerted effort to undertake the community outreach, work with the ANC, and report back on whether there is support or opposition or whatever from the community about this project. I think that is something that is important to do, but it's also important to do under our racial equity analysis, is to have that level of community engagement and outreach. So I would ask that the applicant work on that and be able to come back to us at the hearing with information on their outreach and what the input they've received has been. But that is my only comment. So thank you.
Thank you, Commissioner Wright. I think my colleagues have covered everything. I'm just looking forward to hearing. I too am in favor of setting this down. So, Ms. Myers, thank you again for a well-done report, and looking forward to the comments that we've made, and looking forward to having a productive hearing where we can flush out other issues that may arise. So thank you, Ms. Myers. Would one of my colleagues like to make a motion? Vice Chair Miller, could you make a motion?
Sure. Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I would move that the zoning commission set down for a public hearing case number 78-17A, Judiciary Plaza LLC, a PU modification with a hearing at Square 489, Lot 21. I think if I'm remembering correctly, that was 450 Fifth Street Northwest, and ask for a second.
Second.
It's been moved and properly second. Any further discussion? Madam Clerk, Ms. Shelley, could you do a roll call vote, please?
Commissioner Miller,
Yes.
Commissioner Wright,
Yes.
Commissioner Hood.
Yes.
The vote is 3-0 to 2 to set down zoning commission case number 78-17A as a contested case. The -2 being Commissioners Imamura and Stidham, not present, not voting. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. I think the last thing on our agenda for tonight is zoning commission case number 09-03I. Skyline Holdings LLC First Stage PUD modification with square at 5633 lot 22. And we're gonna go to Ms. Brown Roberts, who I didn't see yesterday. I was looking for that smile. I did not see her on the BZA. She didn't turn her camera wasn't working, which I was fine with. And they asked me, what was the joke about? I told them that's between you and I. So Ms. Brown Roberts.
We got it, Mr. Chairman. Good evening, Mr. Chairman and members of the commission. Again, Maxine Brown Roberts, representing the Office of Planning on Zoning Commission 09-03I. Next slide. The Skyline Town Center has been under development for a number of years, and the original proposal has been through several modifications to be responsive to the market and community needs. The last modification was approved in late 2023 on blocks 1 and 4 for 126 row dwellings, a 75-unit all-affordable senior apartment building with 1,000 square feet of ground floor retail. The instant request is to modify block 4 by replacing the senior building with a 75-unit for-sale condominium building at 80% MFI. Additionally, the applicant requests flexibility to place the long-term bicycle parking outdoors in an enclosed structure and modify the GAR calculations for blocks 1 and 4. Next slide. The applicant has proffered that the change from the senior housing building to a condominium building is due to several reasons, mainly related to funding that has stymied their ability to move ahead with the senior housing, including being unable to get funding through the Housing Production Trust Fund or any other district funds for affordable senior multifamily housing, and it is unknown when funding will be available. They've been unable to meet DCHD's 2025 low-income housing tax credit qualified allocation plan. And I'm sorry, it's the HCD. They've been unable also to source private funding for affordable projects due to affordable collections concerns and are only interested in home ownership project. This lack of financing could result in an unknown period of delay to construct the senior housing, leaving the lot open, which could be an eyesore in the town center as well as present security problems. Next slide. The requested modification and the overall development would continue to be not inconsistent with the comprehensive plan, the future land use map, and the generalized policy map. Development is also not inconsistent with many of the policies of the far northeast and southeast area to provide much needed home ownership opportunities and to provide a mix of uses and housing types at Skyland. The property is within the far northeast southeast planning area, which exceeds the 2025 affordable housing goal. However, although the area is on track to exceed affordable housing needs, a variety of new housing choices are not being provided. The proposed condominium units will provide another level of home ownership opportunities along with the future townhouses and apartments currently at Skyland, and would help in addressing the need for a variety of housing types in the area. In general, the analysis of the data shows that the planning area is behind that of the district in most categories, such as home ownership, median household income, and unemployment. The proposed development could further a number of plan policies related to equity, and the applicant has provided a racial equity analysis. Next slide. To continue review of the application, we have had conversations with the applicant and has requested that they address issues regarding the building design, materials, and colors, provide elevation for the bicycle parking structure, and address emergency vehicle access. OP will continue to work with the applicant and recommends that the requested modification with hearing be set down for public hearing. Thank you, Mr. Chairman, and I'm available for questions.
Okay, thank you, Ms. Brown Roberts. We appreciate a very well done report. I know there were some things the applicant in your report that you all were asking for. I'm hoping the applicant makes sure that they respond and have those ready for the hearing. But let me see if others have any questions or comments. Commissioner Wright.
Thank you. Although I understand the challenges with providing a senior building for affordable units, that it's really impossible to do that without some special financing. And so I certainly appreciate the issues that the applicant has addressed. I actually do think that providing some affordable for sale condominiums in this development is actually a plus. I think the townhouses are also offering some ownership opportunities, but the condominiums also offer some real entry level ownership opportunities at an affordable level. So I'm pleased that that was the applicant's choice in terms of changing out from the senior affordable to doing condominiums. And I think it's definitely a positive. I think in looking at the building as it comes forward, there is quite a bit of retail adjacent to this building. I think it's important to keep the streetscape activated, and I hope they can look at opportunities to either have individual entrances along the same sort of walking street where the retail is for this condominium, or other ways to try to really keep the streetscape activated, since it would not have the retail that was contemplated in the senior building. But I do think there are some ways to do that, particularly with some individual entrances. Again, I think they're going to rethink their sustainability and what types of sustainability programs and goals they're going to go for. I think that that's really important to have great sustainability. And I think that it's going to be important, as always, to understand if there is community concern or support for this project's change. And so I, again, very happy to set this down, but before the hearing, I'm hoping that the applicant will work closely with the community, with the appropriate ANC, and do their necessary outreach so that we can get information about the community's feelings about the project and get their input at the hearing. So those are my only comments.
Okay, thank you. Vice Chair Miller.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, and thank you, Maxine Brown Roberts, for your presentation and your report on this case and all the work that I think you've been involved with this Skyland project and so many other projects in the city in your role as Office of Planning. Hang on. Sorry about that. I agree with Ms. Brown Roberts with all of you, as the chairman and Commissioner Wright said, with all of your requests for additional information prior to the hearing, which you outlined on slide 5 of your presentation tonight. And I appreciate the applicant just sticking to it with this Skyland project, which has been had its many challenges over the years. But the applicant has always come back working with the community to respond and come up with an alternative approach based on market or whatever financing challenges there have been. So I think the homeownership opportunities are significant with the 10% set aside for affordable. So I'm prepared to set it down and look forward to hearing more from the applicant and the community and the Office of Planning at the hearing about the project. So thank you.
Okay.
Thank you again, Ms. Brown Roberts. Thank you for the report. I don't have any questions. I believe we'll be setting this down for a hearing and looking forward to the further process, and also the requests and things that my colleagues have mentioned, especially community engagement and hearing from the ANC and what has already been mentioned by both my colleagues. All right, so thank you, Ms. Brown Roberts.
Welcome.
Appreciate it. All right, colleagues, who made the last one? Commissioner Wright, would you like to make a motion? I always like different people to make motions.
Sure, I'm glad to. I move that we set down zoning commission case number 09-03I. Skyland Holdings LLC first stage PUD modification with hearing at square 5633, lot 22, with the information that we have asked for at the hearing.
Second.
It's been moved and properly second. Any further discussion? Not hearing Ms. Shellen, could you do a roll call vote? Roll call vote, please.
Sure. Commissioner Wright,
Yes.
Commissioner Miller,
Yes.
Commissioner Hood.
Yes.
The vote is 3-0-2 to set down zoning commission case number 09-03I as a contested case. The -2 being Commissioners Imamura and Stidham, not present, not voted. Thank you.
Okay, we have nothing else on our agenda for this evening, correct, Michelle?
That is correct. Did I also state that the 2 cases scheduled for November 6th and 13th were being rescheduled?
No, I don't believe so.
I don't know. So because of those dates that I gave for the omnibus text amendment, those 2 cases will be rescheduled and a new notice will be sent out. So I just want to put that out there as notice for people.
Okay, so the zoning commission will meet again on October the 27th on these same platforms at 4 p.m. Zoning commission case number 25-11. This is text amendment from the Office of Planning. So it will meet at the same times. And again, the omnibus bill has been broken up. We heard your voices, and we also thought about ourselves as well. I'm be frankly honest, but we heard your voices and also what you all have, and you all actually triggered us in the community to think about what we really need to do. So we appreciate. That's why it's good to have community input. You all, we do make a difference in the community. So thank you all for helping us see the light. So with that, there's nothing else in this meeting. Thank everyone for their participation in this meeting. This meeting is adjourned. Y'all take care. Have a good weekend.
Thank you.
Thank you.